What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zebec today, ZBCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is the 26th day of September. We got about 10 hours left in the day here, sitting at $0.0039 right now. Moving up a little bit, moving up 5% today from yesterday's little crash that we had. Not bad. Not bad. Holding the line here for support. I think that you are setting yourself up to see lower prices. I think it's just inevitable at this point. So, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. If we do move up from here, when we move up to prices that are a little bit higher than this, don't get too excited, right? We could move back up to about 0.0043 and still move lower, right? Let me just make sure. Yeah, we could move right up to that area, 0.0043, and still move lower, even if we move a little bit above, a little bit below. I would expect that in time we will see lower prices than what we have here. It is possible that we're holding this as support and that we don't go lower. But at this point in time, and especially with that reversal that we had there, and with the rest of the markets looking the way they do, I really wouldn't be surprised at all if we saw some downside volatility here. Looking at Bitcoin though, I am anticipating that Bitcoin moves up to about 112, $113,000, somewhere in that zone there, over the coming days, maybe, or maybe even by Monday of next week. But that could have some bullish repercussions for ZBCN in the meantime. And again, that might explain why we're moving up a little bit here right now. Looking at this on the short term stuff, getting into the 1 hour time frame. The RSI does look bullish. Rejected the overbought zone, which is not necessarily a good thing, but you've got a bullish reversal here. You've got higher lows. I think it looks good. It looks like you want to continue to move up. The stochastics are coming down, which is bearish, I suppose, but you're in an area where you found support before when you do continue to climb higher, and the MACD is crossing above the zero, which might be the least significant kind of indication. Not because this is insignificant. Crossing above the zero is a good thing. It's a very significant thing, but on the 1 hour time frame, it doesn't really matter as much. The 4 hour time frame here, looking at this, the stochastics are fighting a little bit here, but I would think looking at this, you'd want to keep moving up at least until you get overbought. So that could promote growth between now and the end of the day, I would think. And at that rate, you might be at 0.0042, 0.0044, 0.0043, any of those areas by the end of today, if not maybe sometime tomorrow, Saturday. I'm not expecting too much over the weekend, right? Saturday, Sunday, I'm not expecting it to be this most like groundbreaking bullish event that's going to happen over the next 2 days. I think that it'll probably be a stagnant or maybe one day moves up, one day moves down kind of event. We wouldn't get too far away from wherever it is that we close today, Friday. That's my thoughts. But the MACD is crossing green here. We do have a bit of, is that bullish divergence? Not really. It's a double bottom. It's a higher low. It's kind of a good look for a relative low. So yeah, maybe we come up a little bit. But again, I'm not thinking that we go all the way up here. The areas of resistance, at least in question, in my opinion, would be like right here and maybe right here as well. That's anything and everything between 0.0045 and 0.00436. So maybe a little higher than I originally anticipated, but something in this area here. Even if we go up this high, don't get excited, right? We could very well come back down. We very well likely do come back down, and we will probably break lower to 0.0033 and below. But looking at these indicators, I do think that we move up a little bit, just a little bit from here. Daily time frame. I like the stochastics. I actually do like the stochastics on the daily time frame. The RSI is very neutral. Bouncing off the 40 though, hey, that's a good look. You've got 10 hours left in the day. That's a lot of time. Let's see how the rest of this day closes up. But I mean, if you can close here or higher, that's actually not a bad look, to be completely fair. And then the MACD is rejecting the zero, which is the least positive look out of all of these indicators so far. And I mean, to be fair, even though you're moving up here on the stochastics, overall you are kind of bearish. The RSI is neutral with a bearish tilt, but I'll tell you what, man, that bounce off the 40 is actually a really nice look. So there's some bullishness going on there, but it depends on what you do, right? You bounced off the 40 last time here, and it didn't do anything for you. You're doing it again. If you get a lower high, you reject the 50. That's probably not going to be good. And at the rate that we're going, by the end of today, if not tomorrow, Saturday, we very well could be in a position to reject and then reject the 50 here as well, and then come back down into this oversold area, promoting more decay from this zero area, rejecting the zero on the MACD here. So I think we are set up for a momentary bounce all in all, but a little bit lower to go. And again, the reason why we think that we're going down to 0.0033 is because that's where our golden ratio is. You find support at the 0.5 and you find resistance at prior areas of support. You reject the 236. Typically, you do work your way down to the golden ratio, and that would be 0.0033 to 0.00309, something in that area there. That's what I would expect from us. If we look at this from a low here to a high, I'm not going to take the fake out high. The 1272 to the 1618, it well encapsulates that golden ratio zone. It just makes a lot of sense that that's where we would go. I want to look here and see just ZBCN. Is there any updates? Do we have any updates? Probably nothing cool. Some spaces. That's good that they're holding spaces. Yeah, nothing new. Nothing new. And that's cool. That's fine, right? You can keep up to date with what the people are saying about ZBCN. You know, CEO of Uphold, and I don't know who that is. Maybe somebody who's a part of the. Oh no, that's Uphold as well. Is that? This is okay. So he's the CEO, Simon McLaughlin. Okay, Simon B. Anyways, ZBCN here probably going to move up a little bit, then move down. If we're looking at this on a weekly time frame, I think it's very obvious that ZBCN Zebec here is in a bullish phase of consolidation, not a bearish phase of consolidation. This week so far is pretty bearish looking, I must admit. Even though it's a neutral look right now, it's a pretty big wick to the upside, and you came back down. Come down a little bit, form a higher low throughout this whole range, right? Keep your lower highs, higher lows, whatever. You'll have this wedge, this triangle look. Then you'll break out to the upside. Where you're going to find support at 0033, it's literally like right there with our prior all-time high, 00309. It'd be like right, a little bit higher, like right there. It's right in that prior resistance point there, kind of in this area here as well. I mean, I think it just makes sense that that's where we'd go from a low here to a high. What's this? It's right there at our 382 as well. Very much believe that that's where we're going to go, you guys. I mean, we're probably not going to go down to 0029, but even if we do go lower, even if we go a little bit lower than I'm expecting and we go down to 0.0029, that's still a primary to find support. I don't think we get that low, but just saying if that happens, I think we'll be okay. So that's probably important to address, honestly, because if I'm targeting this area and we happen to go a little bit below, some people might think, oh no, we broke this area, that means we're going to zero. No. We can break it a little bit. There's other avenues for support, right? There's even more avenues down here for support and here as well. It doesn't mean that we're going to zero. It just means that we were wrong about where the low is and that it goes a little bit lower. But truth be told, I don't see ZBCN going lower than 0.003 or 0.0031, really. I don't see it going below there. I think that you're going to hold this area for support and you're going to rip in just a matter of weeks. We're waiting for the 1st of October, where the Committee on Finance at the Senate Committee of Finance or on Finance will address taxes for digital assets. When we get some clarity there, I think that the markets will start to rally. There is some, let's see. There's also some stuff going on today. Where is it? No, not this. Why is it all this stuff? I want the home page. I thought it was on, maybe it was on a different tab. I'll just say it. I'm not going to look for it. I'm not going to spend too much time doing this. Today there's something like is it $25 billion or $2.5 billion? I can't remember. In options that expire today for the crypto markets. There's a lot of options that expire today. So with that, there might be some volatility between today and the 1st of October. I think there's going to be a lot of those positions getting set up for the end of the year. And I would assume that we see some, in the midst of this dropping, I would assume that there's going to be some puts put on. So hopefully we get a lot more puts put on than calls put on, because if people are short instead of long, then we're going to see a lot of potential for growth. We're going to see a short squeeze coming into the end of this year, and I think that's exactly what we'll get. I don't have anything else to say. I think I'm going to end the video there, but hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. A little bit higher to go and then a lot lower to go. I shouldn't say a lot lower, but a little bit lower to go. From the next high, let's see, that'd be like around this area. We'll probably have a 20% drop or more. That's crazy, man. If not, if I'm wrong and we don't move lower, then prove me wrong. Close a day above 0.00465. Close above 0.00465. Let's say 466. If you can close a day above there, I'm wrong. Until then, we're thinking that we're going to go lower. Even if we move up higher first, we're still going to go lower. I got nothing else. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Take care. Bye bye.